I thought the story of corruption and the extent to which the regime itself became, essentially a crony capitalist system was very, very powerful. And it is part of the story of both the increasing authoritarianism of the government, but also of the hollowing out of what had traditionally been and could have still been a vibrant private sector in Iran.
It has sources of revenue and control over vast parts of the economy that it can use to pay its security forces, pay off kind of people close to it, provide pretty lucrative posts for loyalists. Over and over when we were doing the reporting for the book, we heard the same refrain, which is as soon as you reach a certain level of success, you'll get a knock on the door, usually from the IRGC intelligence organization, asking for a cut. And if you don't bring them in somehow, you're at risk of being imprisoned or at the very least of your business being destroyed. The ones that win the contracts or are able to succeed in a big way are the ones that have connections to specific people that are powerful or to the state. And so we kind of explore this through Iran's tech sector. And especially after the nuclear deal, this was a sector that was booming. There were still American sanctions, so Amazon and Uber couldn't go in. And so Iranians could kind of build their own versions of these things. And they were really successful for a time. So Khamenei gave a speech right after the nuclear deal was signed, basically saying that, we've signed this thing, but we don't want any kind of like infiltration. And that could be economic infiltration, cultural infiltration. And very quickly you kind of see then his favorite newspaper starts putting out op-eds saying that the startups are connected to the West and they're a vector for American influence. And then people start getting called in for interrogations and they get arrested and there's raids and there's like mysterious break-ins and there's just this kind of overall campaign of harassment. So these guys are then very vulnerable when, connected characters, people with one foot in the security state and one foot in the private sector come to them and say, listen, give me some percentage of your business and I'll protect you from all of these things that are happening. Or maybe there's a state-connected foundation that reaches out and wants to buy some of their shares. And so they sell thinking that this is going to save them. In Iran, it is really a multitude of competing factions and they're always shifting. And for business, that's poisonous because there's no predictability, there's no stability, there's no sense like, okay, I've made one deal, I've had to compromise quite a lot, but at least now I'm safe. No, you make a deal with one entity and then maybe that person in kind of this mafia underboss battle that's happening, like they lose out and then you're on the wrong side and maybe your business gets taken over or confiscated or raided.